James Parker sat on the worn-out bench outside a busy coffee shop, his hands trembling as he clutched a crumpled envelope. His suit, once a proud marker of his corporate career, was now faded and wrinkled, a testament to the struggles of the last few months. The morning rush swirled around him, young professionals sipping lattes, students buried in their phones, mothers pushing strollers, but James felt invisible. He had spent the entire night awake, staring at his 7-year-old daughter, Lily, as she slept. Her tiny chest rose and fell, unaware of the storm raging in her father's mind. The eviction notice on their apartment door had been the final blow. No job, no savings, no family to turn to. He had tried everything, dozens of applications, odd jobs, pleading with the landlord, but time had run out. By the end of the week, they would have nowhere to go. In his hands was his last desperate attempt at hope, a letter he had written in the quiet hours before dawn. It wasn't a job application or a plea for charity. It was a letter addressed to no one in particular, folded neatly inside an envelope labeled, "To whoever finds this." Taking a deep breath, he stood, his legs weak with exhaustion and despair. With a final glance at the busy street, he placed the letter on the café's outdoor table and walked away, not daring to look back. The letter that changed everything. An hour later, Emily Carter, a kindergarten teacher with a heart attuned to the struggles of others, noticed the lonely envelope as she sipped her coffee. Curiosity tugged at her, and after a hesitant moment, she picked it up. Her fingers trembled as she unfolded the letter and began to read. To whoever finds this. My name is James Parker. I am a father before I am anything else. I have a beautiful daughter named Lily who believes the world is kind, who still laughs at the sound of raindrops, and who holds my hand as if I am her entire universe. But I have failed her. I have lost my job, and with it, the ability to provide for her. I am ashamed, not for myself, but for what she will endure because of my failures. We have nowhere to go, and I don't know what tomorrow holds. I do not ask for pity or charity, only that if you read this, you send out a prayer for Lily. That she remains strong, that the world does not harden her, that she never loses the light in her eyes. And if by some miracle you can help, even in the smallest way, know that you will not just be helping a desperate man, but saving a little girl's world. James Parker. Tears blurred Emily's vision as she finished reading. The raw honesty of a father's love and desperation hit her harder than she expected. She glanced around, hoping to catch sight of the man who had left the letter, but there was no one nearby who seemed to fit the description. She couldn't just walk away. A ripple of kindness begins. Emily snapped a picture of the letter and posted it on social media with a simple caption. I don't know this man, but I know his pain. If anyone can help, please reach out. Let's show his little girl that kindness still exists. She had expected a handful of responses, maybe a few sympathetic words. But within minutes, her phone buzzed with notifications. Dozens, then hundreds of comments poured in. People wanted to help. Some offered job opportunities, others wanted to donate money or provide shelter. The story struck a chord, resonating with parents, struggling workers, and anyone who had ever felt on the edge of hopelessness. Within an hour, a local news station picked up the story. By noon, it had gone viral. A father's desperation meets a city's compassion. James had spent the morning wandering the streets, trying to figure out his next step. When he finally returned to the small motel where he and Lily were staying for their last prepaid night, his phone rang. It was an unknown number. Hesitant, he answered. Mr. Parker. The voice was warm, gentle. My name is Emily Carter. I found your letter. James' heart pounded. He had never expected anyone to actually read it, let alone call him. You don't know me, but your story has touched thousands of people. The community wants to help. We want to help. James swallowed hard. I didn't write that letter for money or charity. His voice broke. I just wanted someone to know Lily exists. Emily's voice softened. And now she does. And so do you. She explained everything, the flood of support, the job offers, the donations, the landlords willing to offer a fresh start. James sank onto the motel bed, unable to process the overwhelming kindness of strangers. Are you still there? Emily asked gently. James wiped his eyes. I don't know how to thank you. You don't have to. Just promise me something. Anything. When you're back on your feet, when you no longer need help, pay it forward. James nodded, even though she couldn't see him. I will. I swear I will. A new beginning. Within days, James had a new job interview lined up, a temporary apartment offered rent-free for the first 3 months, and enough donations to cover food, clothing, and Lily's school supplies. When he told Lily they wouldn't have to leave their home, she simply hugged him tighter, whispering, I knew you'd fix it, Daddy. The community had given him more than just financial relief. They had restored his faith in humanity, in second chances. Months later, when James stood on his own 2 feet again, he kept his promise. He began volunteering at shelters, mentoring other struggling parents, and even started a small initiative, Letters of Hope, where people could share their struggles anonymously and receive support from those willing to help. And one day, as he sat in a café sipping his coffee, he saw a young woman hesitantly pick up an envelope left on a table. A knowing smile crossed his face. Because sometimes, all it takes is a single letter to change a life.